I don't think Trump is a Russian agent under whose reign it's impossible that a war with Russia would happen. I think that, we need to be very vigilant about Trump. Not in the sense that, he's going to destroy our democracy, but more in the sense of, not from the perspective of being pro-Democrat, by the way. I mean, I can't believe I even have to say that. But just in the sense of, we need to see, we have this sense of what the Popular Front is right now. We have this sense of which forces in America right now are currently best aligned against the imperialist state machine. We know it's MAGA. We know it's solidly in MAGA. In fact, it's more MAGA than Trump, right? When I say more MAGA than even Trump, I mean like forces deep inside the MAGA movement spontaneously started to critique the vax, started to critique Ukraine. That was spontaneous. The anti-Ukraine sentiment within MAGA didn't come from Trump. It didn't come from the leaders of the MAGA movement. It came from grassroots MAGA conspiracy theorists who used Trump's presidency as an opportunity to lend credence to their very eccentric and counter-hegemonic perspectives. So this is MAGA for real. This is in the trenches of MAGA, right? But Trump and the Republicans may try to turn MAGA into something else, and it'd be very easy, aesthetically speaking, to do that from an aesthetic perspective. When I say from an aesthetic perspective, I mean you can easily turn MAGA into super patriotism with the right opportunistic language, within the proper opportunistic context, you could easily do that. So we need to be very cognizant of this fact, and we need to not have any kind of faith in Trump. We can only have faith in the masses, because again, all of the great perspectives of MAGA were derived from the grassroots. All of the cringe ones came from the top. Spontaneously speaking, MAGA was disposed to be against Ukraine. No thanks to anyone in the GOP. What ended up happening is this. After Trump's election in 2016, you had Russiagate. Now, why did you have Russiagate? Because there was a community in the U.S. already established, very critical of the United States' stance in the Syrian civil war. And by extension, very sympathetic to Russia and to Putin. And, they saw Putin as a guy taking on the New World Order because of the hostility to him. Now, when Russiagate came out and everyone started accusing Trump of being a Russian agent, what ended up happening is that everyone started to suddenly look favorably upon Russia. They're accusing us of being Russian agents. If all the people that I consider scumbags hate Russia, the Russians must be the good guys. Sleeper Cell, I appreciate it.
Do you think it is to MAGA communism's advantage if Trump loses 2024? Many are saying this, but it's hard to stomach the idea of 4 more years of Joe or worse, Kamala.
It's hard to say this. It's hard to say this, but I legitimately think it doesn't make a difference. If Trump wins or if Trump loses, I don't see a decisive significance in that, because I'm pretty confident that if Trump wins, the ruling class has a contingency plan. They wouldn't let him win unless they had to. They don't have to. And I think they're really hijacking MAGA. I think that's what they're doing. I think they said, we can't destroy MAGA, we have to hijack it, I'm not really of the opinion that elections matter at all. I've said this many times. Especially presidential elections. Those matter the least.